All right, so you're thinking kitchens and baths,
Hmm.
freshening things up, Melbourne style, huh? That's awesome.
But let's be real, picking the right company, it's like a job in itself sometimes.
Right.
So today, we're diving deep into better bathrooms and kitchens,
All right.
a company that's been around for, get this, 25 years.
Wow.
That's like dinosaur level survival in the Reno world, right?
Yeah.
So what's their secret sauce? Are they really better? Let's find out.
You know, it's fascinating because you're right. 25 years, that speaks volumes.
It does.
It's not just about staying afloat. It's about building a legacy.
Yeah.
That kind of track record, it means they're doing a lot right.
Mm-hmm.
But the question is, what clicks for you from all this info?
Exactly. I mean, their website is practically dripping with awards,
Sure.
which is great, but also kind of expected these days, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Everyone boasts awards, but these tell a specific story.
Sure.
Take the KBDI Design Awards from the Kitchen and Bathroom Designers Institute. That's not just about, good plumbing.
Right.
It's a sign that this company invests in design thinking, the art of it all, not just the practical side.
And they haven't just won once, they've racked up multiple KBDI awards over the years. Consistent recognition like that, that's not luck, that's talent.
Absolutely. And then you've got the HIA, the Housing Industry Association Awards. That's huge because it's broader industry recognition. It means other professionals in the field, they hold them in high regard.
Okay, so they've got the industry cred, but hold on. They won the HIA Victorian New Kitchen of the Year twice in 2022 in different price categories. What does that tell us about better bathrooms and kitchens?
Finding a company that can nail high-end design and work magic within a more modest budget is like finding a unicorn. This suggests they're not just sticking to one style or price point, they're adaptable, which is a good sign for anyone starting their renovation journey, no matter how big or small.
It's like they're fluent in renovation languages, from like minimalist chic to family-friendly functional,
Right.
which is super reassuring. But awards aside, let's talk about the human element.
Okay, yeah.
What are actual clients saying about their experience? That's where testimonials come in, right?
And there's a theme here that goes beyond the usual efficient and professional, though they got plenty of those too.
Of course, yeah.
What struck me was the sheer volume of clients using words like patient, listened, and easy to deal with.
Interesting.
That speaks volumes about their process.
And people are not shy about sharing horror stories when it comes to renovations.
Oh, tell me about it.
So that's really saying something. I even saw a few mentions of clients changing their minds mid-project, which, let's be honest, we've all been tempted to do.
Right. And they make it sound, dare I say, easy.
Right.
Renovations are inherently stressful, so to have consistent praise for their handling of changes, that suggests they've got systems in place to minimize those oh no moments,
Yeah.
which is huge EE for peace of mind.
Okay, so they've got the awards, the happy customers, but what about the heart and soul of their designs? Their website copy hints at their design philosophy, and it's pretty intriguing. They use the word bespoke a lot. What do you make of that?
The spoke gets thrown around a lot, but sheer, it seems to run deeper.
Yeah.
They emphasize understanding what clients want, need, and desire. It's about more than just picking pretty tiles.
Right.
It's about digging into your lifestyle, your vision, almost like they want to get inside your head and design around how you actually live.
It's like they're saying, forget trends, let's create something uniquely you.
Yes.
Speaking of trends, they also claim to be anticipating and leading them. That's a bold statement. Are they like design revolutionaries?
It's definitely a confident claim, and it suggests they're either incredibly good at spotting what's next before it's everywhere, or they're out there actively pushing boundaries.
Right.
Either way, it indicates a commitment to staying ahead of the curve, which is pretty appealing if you're after a timeless yet current design.
It's like they've got a crystal ball for kitchen and bath trends. But here's something that caught my eye. They mention complete home builds, but their main focus is clearly kitchens and bathrooms. It's like they're masters of a niche within a niche.
That's a great observation. It shows they understand their strengths and aren't afraid to specialize. And often, that laser focus leads to a deeper level of expertise.
Right.
And potentially even better results.
So maybe it's not about being a jack of all trades, but more like a master of kitchens and baths.
Exactly. And that level of mastery is definitely something to consider. But before we get ahead of ourselves, we need to remember this is just one piece of the puzzle. It's like, that saying, don't just look at the player, look at their coach.
Yeah.
And in this case, Better Bathrooms and Kitchens isn't just playing the awards game, they're helping to kind of referee it. Remember their HIA
Oh,
involvement?
yeah, they've got those HIA awards, but you're saying there's more. Spill the tea.
They've served as judges for the HIA awards.
Oh,
Think about that for a second. They're not just meeting industry standards, they're helping to set them.
wow. Going from nominee to Judge IS, a whole other level. What does that tell us about how they're viewed in the industry?
It's huge. It means their peers, other professionals in the field, respect their judgment
Yeah.
and see them as leaders. That's not about marketing. That's earned reputation.
Okay, so we've got this picture of a company that walks the walk A&D, helps others up their game. But what about the actual people behind the designs, the ones you'd be working with?
This is where it gets interesting. Their website mentions their designers are all members of the KBDI.
Okay.
Now, that might sound like a small detail, but it's actually a big deal.
Wait, why? Is KBDI membership like super exclusive?
It's not about exclusivity, it's about commitment.
Yeah.
Being a KBDI member means actively pursuing professional development, staying updated on design principles, new materials, the works. They're investing in their team's knowledge.
So it's less about having a fancy showroom and more about having a team that's constantly learning and evolving.
Exactly. And that's a direct benefit to you as the client. You're not getting yesterday's designs. You're getting a team that's at the forefront of the industry.
It's like they're saying, we're not just good, we're committed to being better. Now let's talk about something that's always on everyone's mind during renovation. The budget. One testimonial hinted that they might not be the cheapest option.
And you know what? That's totally fair. They're not trying to be the cheapest. They're aiming for a certain level of quality design client experience that often comes at a price.
So the million-dollar question is, are they worth the investment?
That's something you would have to answer for yourself based on your own priorities, your budget.
Right.
But what's clear from their website is that they're upfront about their value proposition. They're not hiding anything.
It's about understanding that trade-off, right? Like you're potentially paying a premium for experience, a smooth process, and that wow factor.
Exactly. But remember, this is all based on what we're seeing online.
True.
The real test is how their claims hold up in the real world.
Which brings us to the importance of doing your own WN due diligence.
Yes.
Don't just rely on a website, no matter how impressive it is. Talk to past clients, see their work if you can, get a feel for their process.
Absolutely. It's a big decision, so treat it like one.
Yeah.
Take your time, ask the tough questions, and most importantly, trust your gut.
Okay, so we've analyzed their awards, dissected their testimonials, even played design therapist with their philosophy. But there's one final layer to uncover. We've been digging into like their design prowess, but they don't just do kitchens and baths, right?
Their website also mentions full-on construction, better building and construction, even like house extensions, second-story additions, the works.
It is interesting they highlight that because, like we said, their main jam seems to be those beautifully crafted kitchens and baths.
Right.
Adding on construction services, though, that could be about positioning themselves as that like one-stop shop.
Right. Like, why juggle a million contractors when you can have one team handle everything? Convenience is a huge selling point in the reno world, for sure.
Yeah.
But it makes you wonder, are they really masters of all trades? Or is that stretching things a bit?
That's the million-dollar question you would need to investigate further, right?
It's awesome if they've got those skills in-house, but do they have that same level of expertise, that same award-winning track record for like those larger projects?
Right.
Don't just assume it's a given.
It's like they might be amazing bakers, but can they also like whip up a 5-course gourmet meal? Totally different skill set. A good company will be upfront about their limits, right?
100%. Transparency is key. Maybe they bring in specialized subcontractors for certain things.
Right.
And that's totally fine as long as they're open about it. It's about managing expectations from the get-go.
Okay, so big takeaway here. Don't be afraid to ask the tough questions. Dig into their experience, especially if your project goes beyond that core kitchen and bath reno. We've covered so much ground today. It's like we've done a renovation on our understanding of better bathrooms and kitchens. So final verdict time. Are they really better? We can't answer that for you. And that's the beauty of this, right? We've given you the tools, the insights. It's like we've handed you a flashlight to see through the marketing and make an informed choice. Every renovation is personal. Every homeowner has their own must-haves.
It's like finding the perfect contractor is like choosing the right dance partner. You got to feel confident they can move with you, support your vision, and, make the whole experience enjoyable, even when things get complicated. So, what's the one thing we want our listeners to take away from today's deep dive?
Don't just be swayed by a shiny website or a cabinet full of awards. Those are great starting points.
Hmm,
But do your homework. Talk to past clients, get a feel for their process, and most importantly, trust your gut instinct.
love it. It's your home, your investment, your vision. We've given you a head start. Now it's up to you to decide if Better Bathrooms and Kitchens lives up to their name. For you. Happy renovating.